Why are you listening? Why are you different? Why are you here? Why are you connected? Why are you tuned in? Why are you inspired? Why are you on CJRU? The views expressed in this show do not necessarily reflect those of the Office of the Provincial Advocate for Children and Youth. If you're out of my life, that's all on you. That's all on you. All on you. If you get cut off, you handing me scissors to cut off you. To cut off you. Tired of the same routine, I was getting lied to. Look what you put me through. Look what you put me through. Walk out the door, maybe let it hit you first. Not for 1 second, I won't act like I ain't care. But the way you did me, you just put it out there. Okay, so I'm Dante and I'm here with Annika, and today we're going to be interviewing each other on music. Question number 1.
Yes.
What inspires you as an artist to keep on going?
I would just say what inspires me is probably the idea of making it on the Toronto or international scene. Yeah, that's my goal. Just to have as many people be able to hear my music, and yeah.
Okay, question number 2. What helps you write music?
What helps me write music? If I have something that sparks my interest or inspires me, I'll write it down on my iPhone, and then just being in my room by myself and it's all quiet, and then I just have my guitar. Basically what I do is I find a little riff that I like on my guitar that just sounds nice, and then I'll look through my phone and I'll find some lyrics.
Is there a certain place that you write your music?
Yeah, I would say usually in my room with the door closed. I need complete silence.
Question number 3. What are some long-term goals that you have for your music?
Long-term goals? Well, I'd like to record an album. I've recorded a single with a Factor grant that I got. Any Canadian young talent who wants some money to do something in the music industry can get one of these grants, and I used it to hire a producer and record a rap song. So I'd like to do that again, and then it's even harder, but I'd like to try and get a grant to record an album. Would be the goal.
How did you start writing?
How did I start writing? I listened to a lot of rap music, and I thought, well, this is awesome. I thought it'd be cool if I could try it myself. I guess that's how it usually happens. So I went on YouTube and I searched up some rap instrumental beats, and I literally pressed play, and then I just went. I'm not usually one to write stuff down and then try to have the lyrics go to the beat. It's usually the beat guides the lyrics. Yeah, things just kind of spill out.
Do you have a favorite artist that motivates you to write?
I really like artists who have just powerful lyrics. So J. Cole, Eminem, obviously. I'd even say Big Sean. He's kind of upping his lyrical game. I really like artists who talk about something that's real and talk about political issues.
If you had a chance, what's an artist that you would really want to work with?
Artist I really want to work with? You know what? This is actually shifting gears a little, but I really like to work with Ed Sheeran. That would be awesome. I really like his stuff. And he actually raps too, so it kind of worked perfectly.
What are your thoughts on music today?
My thoughts? These are good questions. My thoughts on music today. To be honest with you, I think that pop music is really going downhill. And that's just because people talk about things that aren't really important. And I feel that in the pop realm, there's usually one word that kind of gets big, and then you start hearing it in all these songs. So for example, good girl, that term, good girl, you'll hear it in a Drake song, and then you'll hear it in another rapper's song, and that will kind of float around for a while, and then there'll be a new big word. It's just all about getting the likes, getting the listens, getting the views. It's not really about the content anymore or the message. So
Okay, so obviously there's a big change in music between now and old school. What do you think about it?
Old school for me is my mom's 1960s Beatles or Gordon Lightfoot. I don't really listen to old school in the sense of Nas or Biggie rap. But I think in terms of just comparing rock from the 60s or 70s to now, it's just, I don't know, I just feel music was a lot more authentic and real, and really was trying to say something and create something and change things and start a revolution almost. Now it's just like music has just kind of plateaued and it's not really like where it once was.
What do you think makes a good artist?
I don't know. I think everyone has the potential to be a good artist. What's important is just always striving to be able to express yourself. I'm one who really like needs to be able to express myself, so that's why I love music. That's why I love rap, because it's just there's no rules. It's not like, you know, you have to write an essay and you have to do it in a specific way. It's just like I can just get on a beat and just say whatever the hell I want and call it art. And that's something beautiful about music for me.
If you had a chance to give advice to an artist that's on the come up, what would you say?
It's funny that you asked me that because I'm kind of like an artist on the come up, so I'm not like I'm there and I can kind of tell other artists, but I think just have faith in yourself. Try to, I guess, find or position yourself in a way that's a bit different from what everyone else is doing and give yourself a bit of an edge. You know, just try to be authentic and real. Don't try to be what everyone else is being or doing. Be yourself and it should all work out.
Are you working on any new projects?
You know, I'm always writing. I'm always writing down lyrics and thinking of new ideas for songs. But I mean, school has kind of busied me up. But hopefully, you know, in the summertime, I'll get some more concrete songs recorded, yeah.
Okay, that's all my questions.
Awesome. Thanks for interviewing me. That was great. Okay, so thank you, Dante, for interviewing me. So now I'm going to interview you. So the first question is, the music has changed significantly from old school to now, and what do you feel about that change?
Honestly, that change could be good and bad because there's a lot of music is like, it's not even music anymore. It's just people coming on a track on a nice beat, sing a whole bunch of words that don't even make sense. But then you have a couple artists like J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, Tory Lanez, who actually have like a message in their music. The change could be good and bad, but I mean, old school will always be old school, and old school originated almost everything, so it's good and it's bad.
How has music affected this generation?
Music has affected this generation in a very bad way and a kind of good way. I say it affected the generation in a bad way because a lot of the new artists that listen to the music today, they copy what these new mumble rappers are doing, and they're doing it, and it's like, it's just a chain of mumble rappers, and like no one is saying anything anymore. So it's like, it's going nowhere.
And who are your favorite artists and why?
My favorite artists would be like Drake, Tory Lanez, Big Sean, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Logic. They're all my favorite rappers because they all have different styles, but they all have a meaning. Like when they make their music, they all have something that they're saying or they're trying to get across.
How has music grown?
It's grown. It's gotten a little bit worse, but there's a couple artists that have gotten better, and they are still getting better, so it's not that bad. Big Sean, for instance, like he's grown from like way back. Like his music now compared to what he was doing before, it's got 10 times better.
Do you think hip-hop is dead?
Hip-hop is not dead, but it just needs that spark again. Like the spark it had when Tupac, Biggie, Nas, Big L, the spark it had back then, it just needs a couple more artists to bring that spark back.
And what makes a good artist?
What makes a good artist is just really the message they have. And it's not even just like having one style. It's just on every track is something different. So I'm never going to know what you're going to come up with. Like a good artist is just expressing yourself.
And who inspires you as an artist?
I'd say Drake and Tory Lanez are my biggest inspirations.
Okay. And why?
Mostly because we're from the same city, but because I watch how they make their music. When I listen to them, I try to copy some things that they do.
And what are your thoughts on the music scene in Toronto?
The music scene in Toronto is actually getting way bigger, and a lot of people from Toronto are getting more recognition, like Pressa, a lot of people. So it's actually, like everyone's watching Toronto now.
Do you think that's partially because of the Drake effect, as it were?
Yeah, like after Drake, everything just started falling in effect.
What inspires you as an artist to keep going?
What inspires me is just my hunger and my drive to make it.
And what helps you to write music?
Really, it just depends on how I'm feeling. Like, I have different feelings. So there'll just be times when I just want to write a freestyle, and there'll be times that I want to express myself of what I'm feeling in that moment.
Do you prefer freestyle or writing it out before?
Like, I freestyle every single day, but I like writing.
Okay. And what are your long-term goals that you have for your music?
Well, for music, I'm already doing music school in September. I'm going to Metalworks. So for music, I'm just trying to make it, like, I want to be better than Drake. That's my goal. Or if not better, as good as he is.
Nice. And how did you start to write?
Well, actually, that's a weird story. Okay, this is what actually happened. I was literally sitting on my bed one day. Like, I was 7. I was just sitting on my bed, and out of nowhere, I just started to rap.
Do you have a favorite artist that motivates you to write?
That would be Tory Lanez, Big Sean, Drake, and Kendrick, and J. Cole.
And is Tory? I never heard of Tory Lanez. Is he a new artist from Toronto?
Yeah, he's been on the come up for a while, and he just blew up.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on music today?
On music today, honestly, music today is actually good. Like, don't get me wrong. There's like some music that doesn't make sense, but at the same time, it's like music that you could always jam to, and there's always the music that, that'll just get you in your feelings and make you think.
And are you working on any new projects?
Yeah, I'm always working on new songs. Like, I'll start one song, I'll finish halfway, then I'll listen to the next beat and I'll like it, then I'll start that, then I'll go back and finish the other song. So,
where do you get your beat from?
like, I have a couple like producers that I know from YouTube, so I just go listen to their beats and then I ask them if I could use it.
Nice. And who would you really want to work with?
I would really want to work with Big Sean and Drake.
And now this third voice.
This third voice is Brenda's voice. Okay. Got some questions for the two musicians we have in the studio today. So it's Annika and Dante. So what role does music play in your lives?
Music plays a very big role in my life. I can't really go a day without listening to music. So, like, music's an everyday thing for me. I wake up in the morning, music. I'm in the shower, music. No matter what I do, it's music.
Yeah, that's exactly like me. Yeah. And some people, like, they do drugs or they drink, and for me, music.
It's kind of an escape or a form of expression for the both of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say something with your music?
Yeah, like, on every song is a different meaning, so it just depends on what I'm writing about on that song. But every song I'm trying to say something.
Is there a particular song or a lyric that you've written that you're most proud of, or something that you felt like is your greatest work so far?
Yeah, to be honest, I still think the best is yet to come. And any lyrics I'm proud of, I write down on my phone, so.
Is there anyone that you want to share that you have there?
No, I'm okay. You guys just
any like sneak peek?
I have some if you want to hear one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The song that I wrote called Call Me. I'm sticking to the script, not letting nobody in. That's bad for showbiz. That's bad for business. They say money talks. They have conversation. When stuff hits the fan, there goes my patience. I'm done waiting. You're on the same thing. You're way too stubborn. There's no changing. Room for improvement. Move the new stuff in. Ready to upgrade. No contemplating. I find it harder trying to let my mind leak information. I'm at the point that I need closure, I need confirmation. I'd rather OD escape for a bit and be wasted. I'm misunderstood, I get it, I'm just mistaken. I never asked, but I really do miss taking. I've been riding like a motor as the season's getting colder. Oh, you thought that you could go home, but you're not even a holder. She keeps on playing games, but when the aim's below the shoulder. I'm talking about my verses, that just keeps on getting colder. I'm always in my feelings, just as worse when you're sober. You don't gotta lose me to game me, that's facts that I told her. Mad people watch your wrist, they don't know what time it is. I'm tired of people making all these promises. I'm gonna crawl into my shell, that's the ultimate repel. I bottle all my issues, I don't do show and tell. If I get you emotional, that means I tripped and fell.
Make sure to get that woo on there.
So, Annika, your turn.
Yeah, what I write about primarily is, like, problems with society. So, yeah.
For me, I don't know what it is, but, like, I swear at nighttime, I write my best stuff.
Same.
Like, in the morning, like 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll come up with the best stuff. But for me, I could write whenever, like, whatever mood. It's just the context in the song will just be deeper if I'm emotional. So, like, if I'm feeling something or if I'm going through something, I'll have deeper bars. But if I'm, like, just happy, then like, you know, it'll just sound like it'll just be a different vibe and a different flow.
Mm-hmm. Annika, do you feel like the same way?
Yeah, for sure. You know, sometimes for me, it will just be like I have one concept, one idea, one word, and then I can just expand and go from there. Like, and I don't necessarily end up where I've started, but there's just one thing that kind of triggers me, like emotionally, and then the ideas just flow from that, yeah.
And then there you just write lines.
Yeah, what I see, I'm at a bit of a dilemma in my artistry where it's like I don't really like to, I like to freestyle, and I think that's when my best work comes out. But then it's always the problem of how do you reproduce that, right? Because you know, if you're freestyling and you're not recording it, then it just goes into the air and that's it. So anyway, so I got to record what I do, and then I have to write back from the recording, right? So it's like a bit, and like. It's just a nuisance, basically. But yeah, I should really write my stuff out and then. So I wrote this rap with. This is the rap that I basically did that I got the grant for and produced with this producer. So this is all very pre-planned and not off the cuff. But anyways, here we go. Small town life, big world problems. I'm feeling so small, like I touched the bottom, almost like I'm crawling, like a little girl, living in a great big brave new world. So big in fact, it told me how to act, got me believing I was being deceiving, it started revealing I should be more believing of everything it wants from me. Almost like it's nominee, almost like it's feeding me. Juicy gossip magazines, all about celebrities, taking them to new degrees, making them new royalty. Better get down on your knees for fame and fortune, Beverly Hills, it's making me feel ill. They're serving up trash. Well, I finally had my fill. Which pill would you swallow? The red, the blue. Will you lead or will you follow? What will you choose? They say girls run the world, but you could have fooled me. It's kind of hard to get sweaty when we gotta stay pretty. Scared to take off the makeup and reveal the truth that we are not perfect. We are just humans too, hiding insecurities, using MAC and Maybelline. Gotta look like beauty queens, denying your dreams. Gotta be powerful at the same time. Gotta be weak, gotta be trapped at the same time. Gotta be free. To smile from the sidelines, will rappers set the precedent. Calling us shorties, well, the shorty could be president. Then I'll be the one coming up first, and when they run the world, I'm gonna run like a girl. Is there anything you wanted to ask me?
When did you write it?
I wrote it 2 years ago. I was just looking at like all the ironies of like different pressures that we as women have from society, and then just showing how kind of they're telling us to do this, but at the same time they're telling us to do that, and like they contradict each other, right? So small town life, big world problems. I'm feeling so small, like I touched the bottom, almost like I'm crawling, like a little girl, living in a great big brave new world. So big in fact, it told me how to act, got me. So what will you choose? And what will we do? Something's got to change. It wasn't just me who wrote it, it was also my producer and another friend of mine. So you know, it wasn't just my ideas, like we were definitely bouncing ideas off of each other. I think what happened was I'm like, we should write a song called Brave New World. I thought that would be a cool idea or concept. And then we're like, well, what should we write about specifically? And then we were like, okay, well, what about women's empowerment? And then it went from there, yeah.
What do you think about rap space for women?
Here's my shtick on women in the rap world. I think it's great, obviously. I think it's great that people are being more accepting. I think it's unfortunate, though, that the only way to kind of make it as a woman in the rap world is to be, like, hypersexualized. You know, I think that they have to play this character because they're in this game, the rap game, and they have to play this part, and their lyrics are actually helping to perpetuate women's oppression in this kind of weird way. So it feels like it's so much harder for someone like me to try and enter that space because it's like they don't really want authentic, they don't really want to hear that. It's like that's not what sells, right? It's so I feel like if just like one person did it, then people will be more accepting. But because it's not a thing right now, it's just like people don't really like the idea. So
with news that's happening and discrimination, racism with the police and things like that, do you ever feel like that rappers should be kind of opinionated in that sense, or do you think that it just depends on that rapper if they feel like that's what they need to talk about?
Like, I mean, if rappers like put that into their music and started talking about that more, you know, we would have a voice for like everyone, just like how NWA did it. Like, we would have a voice, and if they could like come together and just do that, you know, that'd be good. But I mean, now a lot of people that aren't even in a hard time, they hear the music and they just take that trait on and they go on like they're bad.
Yeah. You know what? I think exactly. You hit the nail on the head. People don't like the inauthenticity of when you say you've struggled. You know, and what I mean by struggle, because I would claim we all have struggled, but when you've struggled, meaning you've come out of a very hard situation, maybe out of poverty or crime, and then you pretend you have lived that life, and then you take on that persona and you say, like, I'm bad and I'm this and I'm that. That's what people have a hard time dealing with, which I get. But I think the problem begins when we even have to put a value on how much we've struggled. Because if we didn't say, you struggled more than this guy and therefore you're a better artist than him, if that was not even in the equation, I think that's the way we should go, as opposed to trying to say we should only be, you know, as opposed to kind of saying people who didn't struggle should be not deemed as authentic an artist, or a rap artist at least, than someone who has. You know, I think people shouldn't pretend that they've gotten something that they haven't. Like, I'm totally understand that position. But at the same time, I don't think it should really be a relevant question. I mean, what do you think? Like,
I mean, like, it shouldn't be. It's even like with the drug game and everything. Like, how back then rappers, because it went through 3 stages. It before the 90s, like in the 80s, rappers were rapping about not doing drugs. Like, if you hear them rap, they're saying not to do drugs. Then the 90s came, and it was like, oh, I have to do this, but I don't want to. Then the 2000s came, and it became something cool to push drugs. And then, like, after 2010, I don't know what happened, but it's like, instead of rappers pushing drugs to survive, they're doing drugs to get stupid. That's why half their music sounds so terrible. Like, it's like rappers nowadays are doing drugs more than selling it.
Have you guys ever gone into rap battles?
Yeah, I've lost some and I've won a lot.
Nice. At least he's honest, right? He's lost some.
No, because like when I first started rap battling, like, I was not serious in any way, and it's like I'll do my verse, and then halfway through I'll just start laughing. I'll just start laughing, and I'll be like, all right, I'm done, go. But then after a while, I was like, I lost a bit too much, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna take it serious. Yeah. And then my mentor is like, no, you need to take this serious. Like, stop playing around. And I just started winning and winning and winning.
Do you come up with them before you go into the battle, or?
No, I just on spot. I barely write my freestyle. I write freestyles, but I don't memorize them. So like everything's just off the top.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's like kind of those go-to.
There's like a couple bars that like I've written before and I remember them, and like while I'm freestyling they come up.
That's another thing. Like, I hate when artists are like, okay, or they're on a talk show and they're like, okay, can you guys give us a quick freestyle? And they'll rap a verse. So it's not a freestyle. They'll rap a verse, but it maybe it's a new song, so no one's heard it, so we don't know that it's not freestyling. Right? I
mean, freestyling is supposed to be like fun, so like you're actually supposed to mess up. Like, it's better when you see someone messing up and they're having fun and they're continuing.
And then
like,
you know it's true. Like
Migos, I just watched one of their freestyles. Like they're so nice. Like, they messed up because actually freestyle, they messed up, but they're having fun with it. Thanks to Erwin Elman, Rhonda Andel, Sando Wanya Katz, Penny Clark, Brenda Molina Navidad, Jackie Tunstra Harrison, Michael Newton, Annika, Cody, Mary Lou, Alfred, Christina, Dante, Andrew.